What's up? This is Andrew from Comeback Kid. You're listening to Antihero Online.
So, what was the band's mentality whenever you guys went back into the studio to record this new record?
Well, we're pretty excited to record a new record. It's been like 3 years since Die Knowing, our last record. We just wanted to make a record, an album that was, hard hitting like the last one. We were really happy with Die Knowing, but we kind of wanted to be, I think we just tried to be a little bit more obvious and try to accentuate features a little bit more on this record. And we tried to, we had a lot of different kinds of songs, but we tried to really make sure that sometimes, the more out there songs, listening back now, I don't feel like there's too many it's not too out there, but we tried to make some of the songs that were a little more out there, a little bit more in the forefront of the record. Just have a healthy mix of different kinds of songs that represented our band on the record. So yeah, we're pretty excited, and I record a lot, so it's kind of second nature. You know what I mean? It's just it's a fun thing for me to do, and just kind of have my head in the game.
You guys had a lot of success with Die Knowing. Did you have that mentality in the back of your head a little bit that we gotta bring something serious to the table to follow that last record up?
Oh, definitely. But every time we do a record, we really want it to be great. You know what I mean? I think that in my mind, Comeback Kids probably had one record that I don't love. I think Broadcasting in my mind was our sophomore slump in a way. I think Die Knowing, it was a success in the round, or in a sense that we were able to play a lot of those songs live, and those were some of the most banging songs we played live. And I feel we went to the same mixer, Kyle, the guy who produced our last record, Kyle Black. He mixed Outsider as well, and I think we wanted the same the same body and power that Die Knowing had, but we just kind of wanted to bring a little extra into that. Have you heard the record at all, by chance?
Yeah, I listened to it.
You know what I mean? Similar kind of production as Die Knowing, but we wanted to have like I was saying before, just some of the themes are just a little bit more obvious. Some of them, this record's a little bit more melodic, and it's a little bit more of a fun sounding record, I think. So, we tried to not be afraid to have that mood shine a little bit.
When you guys were pretty much just discussing the record and kind of figuring out what direction that you wanted to go with this, what were the key elements that you wanted to, shine through the most along with that melodic?
Honestly, man, we don't really discuss hey, we got to write this kind of record or that kind of thing. It's there's a few dudes writing the songs, and it just comes, and we'll probably argue about the song for a few days and just try to get it to a place where everyone can actually be on board for it. And we just, we're very, very critiquing of each other, and when something cool comes up, we're stoked. But we're never really talking about, hey, we want to write this kind of song or this kind of record. It just usually just kind of comes out. There's things here and there, where, for example, we have a song called Hell of a Scene, and I was telling Jeremy, I want to do a song kind of like that, Sick of It All My Life, where it's super fast on the verses, and then has a crazy sing along for the chorus, and then just kind of goes into that super fast thing again in a kind of abrupt way. And then he comes back with this super fast verse, and then it was almost like a 90s rock chorus, kind of power pop chorus or whatever. And it was it's kind of cool when you talk about an idea you want to kind of maybe rip off or accentuate, steal from another band, and then someone, I want to write a song kind of like this, and then someone comes up and kind of whatever, kind of idea that I put in his head, he came back with a totally another, a totally different approach to it, which I think, I don't know, it's pretty fun sometimes that way. Totally,
and it gives you guys a strong structure to build around.
Definitely. But that's a very rare occurrence. Usually it's just riffs. It's not I mean, it's a blessing when you have like an idea for a song you want to like rip off, because it kind of gives you some sort of template or whatever. But you know, that's a kind of a rare, fun kind of thing that happens. You know.
And what can fans expect from the new record? Longtime fans of the band and the people that are just getting into Comeback Kid.
Oh man, it really make it. I mean, what can they expect? They can expect a Comeback Kid record. At least we didn't turn into a shoegaze band on this record. It always sounds like Comeback Kid. I don't really know how to describe my music or the music. It's just, it's I think it's our heaviest record, and it's definitely our most melodic record. We're taking a few chances, but we're still, very influenced by traditional, hardcore and stuff. So.
And with the taking the risks and taking the chances, whenever you go back into the studio and you start recording an album, subconsciously, do you have that mentality, if this doesn't work, we're just going to give it up? Or do you kind of just keep trying until it flourishes and turns into what you guys have in your heads?
Hopefully it's like kind of gone through the filter by the time it's gotten to the studio. Like a lot of like the fat we'd be trimming before we even get to the studio. But oftentimes I'll ask the guys, hey, if they're not seeing a vision that I have, I've oftentimes been like, you guys just come down the rabbit hole with me. Like, I know this doesn't sound like right quite yet, but I know this is going to work. And so, so it's like, please guys, go down this rabbit hole with me. And, if sometimes I think if you see something through and you really, really believe in it, that there's definitely that side of it. But, sometimes you kind of like, if you, bang a nail, it's not going into, no matter how hard you're like trying. There's a time when you're married to an idea and you just have to let it go sometimes,
And for you as the vocalist, what is your favorite song off the new record?
I'm not sure if I have a favorite song. I do love that song I was talking about before, Hell of a Scene, just because it's kind of like different and fun. Mm-hmm. I like the song Consume the Vision. But that the record's not out yet, probably. I don't know if it's going to be out by the time people hear this. But, yeah. So the songs I'm talking about, you won't know what I'm talking about quite yet, but the record comes out September 8th. So. Actually,
tomorrow you guys are playing a festival in Canada. What are you most excited about that fest, and how excited are you to have people hear the new music that you guys are going to be performing there?
Well, tomorrow's going to be an interesting show. Our drummer, Lauren, just had back surgery, so he's not able to play the show. So my older brother actually is filling in. So we're not going to be like really, really hammering in the new material, just because it's just a one-off. And then, so it's going to be a great show. It's just going to be an interesting show because we're playing with the fill-in drummer. You know what I mean? We start our tours in September, and Lauren, our main drummer, will be back with us. We're definitely going to have to I'm going to go to Winnipeg for a few days before the tour, and we're going to have to kind of practice the new songs and make sure that we have all the parts down and all the vocals and different kind of harmonies and all that shit down. Because we want to kind of probably start rotating some of the new songs into the set. We're not going to probably hammer them all out right away, but kind of sprinkle them in there.
When you're going through and developing the set list for the upcoming tour, are you looking for more fan favorites or high energy songs, or the songs that the band seems to be the most energetic when performing?
We're just doing the set. We're kind of trying out songs, and it's our fault sometimes. If a song sometimes doesn't connect after a few sets with the audience, and we're not getting the vibe that we want. Just because it's hardcore and it's so dependent on the crowd and the crowd reaction and stuff like that, I'll probably get discouraged pretty quick and not want to play the song too often if it's not getting a crazy reaction. You know what I mean? So we usually we just kind of see what works, and now we've built a set. We usually just kind of do a best of. We do a few songs from every album, and the ones that are pretty banging, and the ones that are popping off live, and that's kind of usually how it works.
the tour is kicking off in Canada, and then it's slowly working its way into the U.S. And I'm looking at the dates right now, and then you guys go over to Europe.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about when it comes to playing these large tours like this?
I'm just excited that we have like a bunch of tours to do. I mean, that's like kind of the beauty of having a new record out. We tour all the time, and you know, now that we have the record, it's like just kind of a fresh start to kind of you know, showcase some of the new songs, and it just feels like a fresh new cycle. You know what I mean? Like we are a band that really focuses on going on as many places in the world as we can, and you know, now it's just kind of like the fresh start. You know, we start with North America and Europe, and you know, it's going to just give me another opportunity to go to South America and go to Asia, and you know, and some of these further off reached places. So this next little bit, it's just going to be great to, like, you know, the tours are all with some great bands. Canada's a Straight from the Past and counterparts. We got America with Burn and Jesus Peace. And we got Europe with Every Time I Die, Knock Loose, and Higher Powers. I mean, you know, it's some good packages, and the shows, I think, are going to be pretty crazy. So, I mean, it's definitely a little bit harder for me. You know, we've been doing this band for like, you know, 15 years plus. I mean, I'm not like baby boy excited about, you know, leaving town all the time, but it's definitely like something that I'm ready for, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I love touring still, and, you know, I want to be doing it for the rest of my life still, probably. So.
And with the genre of music that you guys play, the hardcore style, there's not really much radio exposure that you can get. How important for you as a band is it to do these tours, to reach these places, to get the music out to the fans who don't hear it on a regular basis?
This is the only way that, like, you know, we can kind of survive as a band is to tour. I mean, that's kind of like the point for us. You know, that's kind of the main vehicle driving being in a band is, you know, tour, the avenue of touring. So we never like think about, you know, the radio or anything. That's never been a, you know, part of our world.
There's never really been a mainstream way to get hardcore and heavy metal out to the public. It's more of just push it as much as you can.
I mean, it's not like being a rock band or something. We're not like writing songs that are going to be family friendly for that kind of thing. You know, you get the XM radios and the university stuff. That's all good stuff, you know. But no, I mean, like, just playing live is that is our avenue.
Once the tour wraps up, this is kind of looking forward to next year. Once the tour wraps up, are you guys going to kind of start tossing some ideas around for some new music, or are you? I
mean, no, man. It's like we just took like 3 years to record this record. We're probably not gonna think about doing a new record for a while. But luckily, we have like a B-side and we have a cover song. We just actually recently covered Midnight Oil, Beds Are Burning, and so we're just kind of waiting for an opportunity to release that. So, you know, we just got a couple things in our back pocket, and yeah, we won't be like writing music in the same year that we release music. That's kind of a far stretch for us, but that would be nice.
And I can totally understand that, because with the hiatus, you know, the 3 years between the past record and Outsider, it seems
not really a hiatus. We've been busy the whole time since, but yeah. It's just, you know, we're not a band that's releasing a record every year kind of thing.
That's pretty much everything that I have. Is there anything that you would like to touch on that I didn't touch on?
No, man. I appreciate you calling me and taking interest in the band. Our record comes out on the 8th of September, so appreciate it. We're easy to find on Facebook. Just search Comeback Kid on Facebook in your Google. Instagram, Comeback Kid _HC. You know, we're going to be touring North America. This is an American website, I'm assuming. So yeah, we're going to be in the States in October. Yeah, fuck yeah. Just come hang out.